Having trouble in your love life? I have the answers. It's called Secrets of Birthdays, the Love and Lust Report. The biggest problem usually is people choose the wrong person. Not anymore. Find out your birthday secrets, available online at secretsofbirthdays.com. Hello my heroes, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Update. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Witecki, your host to the universe. So nice to see you back here. We got a lot of cool stuff going on right now. For starters, this week, a new series coming out at soulmart.me, Moon Goddess Monthly Reports with Carolyn Nagel. Now, this is the last piece I can't report on, which is your moon sign. So if you know your moon sign, you go down $4.95 and you get an entire report on the whole month. Your emotions, when you're happy, when you're sad, when you should date, when you should not date, the whole 9 yards. Check it out. Carolyn studied here at Soul Garden. She's amazing. And we have our first seminar coming up too in about a week and a half called Jumpstart Creativity. It's 90 minutes. It's a quick jumpstart if you've lost your magic. That is also available at Soulmart. So take a look at that as well. Cool stuff coming out. I am so proud of us, really. Well, as you well know, we are in the sun in Virgo. And for the Aries, this means that you are focusing on your daily reality. So when you're in Aries, you IB in the moment. That's what an Aries does. Their IB energy is in the moment. Now, there are 3 states. We have the live, the love, and the be state, but we've already moved up to love from 10 to 19 degrees, and that's what this week will be about. For the Rams, when you are working on Virgo, you are polishing your connection to the moment. That's what we worked on the first 10 days of the transit, your connection to the moment. Hopefully you connected. Hopefully you got rid of anything that was disconnecting you. This is your work style, your health style, the way you live in the moment, and whether or not you're happy. If you're manic depressive, it could come up right here because your intellect is always bumming out your moment. Your emotions can bum out your moment. Your work can bum out your moment. Lots of things can bum out your moment. So it's really reality, and hopefully you've got at least a grip on what in your moment needs to change. As we move into the love stage, we're going to move into the performance stage of the Rams. How you perform in the moment, which is beyond just connecting to the moment, it is connecting and getting desired result, right? So that's really what we're working on this month, in this week, the love stage, which deals with how to perform to get the desired result. So when we come back on Tuesday, it's sunny and feeling pretty valuable, I think, for the Rams. The moon is in Taurus, so your emotions on Tuesday are focused on soul capital. You can feel what you're worth or not worth, but you're probably feeling pretty good because Jupiter went through this space last year and gave you a booster shot of self-confidence and ability to manifest. So today, you should be feeling it. And Jupiter is ruling the day, which means go out and explore. So the day's quest of Tuesday is to explore your possibilities. Now, there is a lot going on in the stars as you are exploring. For one, we're blessed with a soul pyramid in Earth this time. If you don't know, a soul pyramid is when 3 planets come together in this triangle called a grand trine, and they unite their light. So you inside yourself can unite your light, and when you do, in this day, you'll be uniting your feelings about what you're worth over to the sun in Virgo, which is focusing on how to love the moment. So what you're worth, I want to love the moment, and it points to career. So the ability to look at career, loving the moment, and how much you're going to make all come together for some profound changes. Plus we have this yod going on, which is God giving us the finger, this time to Uranus in Aries. So at the same time as the grand trine, you're also being told to innovate your ego. That's what Uranus here. And basically the interpretation of this yod is take new boundaries, says Mars in Scorpio, take the new life that you want. So take your knife and take your life, your boundaries is your knife, and go charging to do what? Basically, be prepared to cut yourself up and innovate yourself. And this is going to be the constant with Uranus and Aries. Your ego needs to be upgraded 1 degree every time you change anything else in your life. So if your marriage changes, which is supposed to happen this week, you're going to have to upgrade ego. And this yod says this, especially when your boundaries or your lifestyle changes, upgrade ego. So remember to upgrade ego. Here's all the planets on top of each other. Wowzers, what a day, huh? Some interesting stuff. Let me just take this all the way. Then on Wednesday, it is Uranus ruled day. So sunny and electric is basically how I'm going to interpret this day. We have a lot of Uranus energy. And remember, you have a lot of Uranus energy because Uranus is in Aries. So Uranus, which is here to help you innovate your ego and innovate lots of other things, is heavily raining on the day. So really, you have a lot of power on Wednesday to change your life. Now here's that yod we were talking about, only this time the yod is ruled by Uranus completely because the sun is ruled by Uranus and it's pointing to Uranus. If there were a day where your life really may shift this week, probably Wednesday, with all this damn Uranus energy. So this might be the day where you actually feel your ego innovate, you take on a new hat. By ego innovation, we mean you take a higher path. You can rise above the old fights, you can rise to a higher plane. Your ego doesn't need to play that game no more because your whole life is higher now. That's really what it is. And remember, your ego is the part of you that you always are telling is the part that defends you and represents you. So you're saying every time you innovate, okay, defend and represent this. Now defend and represent this. Now defend and represent this. So this is a constant. And the evolving Aries is going to be the one that goes the farthest in this particular case. And so this yod comes together with breakthrough. Look at how Mercury is approaching the sun. All right, groovy stuff. Then on Thursday, Mercury rules the day, so it's a day of breakthrough, a day of understanding, a day of putting pieces together. Again, what you're working on is a better lifestyle. You've been exploring, you've had breakthrough, and now you're trying to you've had breakdown or a major breakthrough, and today you are communicating, you are breaking through your understanding. Basically, you're light casting if everything is working correctly. The moon is still focusing on soul capital and the high magical parts of the transit, so your feelings on Thursday should be valuable and good and happy, and if you're focused, that means reality may in fact change. We like that. Now the planets themselves on Thursday are pretty simple really. The one thing I just want to point out is that Venus has now moved into Leo. What does that mean, Christopher? Well, remember, Leo is what we love and Venus is receiving. So all that work you did last month with loving yourself, it hasn't paid off yet. But it will now that Venus has arrived. So it's time to open up to the gifts, open up to the receiving. Yet another undercurrent going on with all these changes, but it really is time to get paid. It is time to have your dreams come true, and you're going to start to receive and start to see things showing up at the door from this point on with Venus there. So that's good news for Venus. Then we get to Friday. Friday is going to be a great day. For one, Venus rules the day. It's my day. Come down to my Lightcast Unite the Light show. But it's also a day of kind of putting things together in many ways. And this is like a multi-slide day. I have so much to show you. For one, Venus rules the day. So that means restoring balance and order to your life, to your health, to your life. Remember, you were in the I love stage of the transit, which means it would mean that you were trying to do something in the world and perform with your love. So if you've been, if it's been wobbly, Friday's a day where it'll get smooth again. So what you're trying to love out in the world will get smooth again. It's really sunny, magical, and I would say fluent. Fluent is an interesting word because the moon is in Gemini, and if you know what that means the moon is going to cross over Jupiter. Let's take a closer look. We have, for one, a new yod on this day. Okay, so as the moon crosses over Jupiter, you are emotionally feeling your big new future mind. That's what Jupiter's been working on for Aries, is opening your mind and opening your mind and opening your mind. But it won't be done opening your mind until 2013. However far it's open so far, on Friday as the moon crosses that Jupiter direct, your emotions and your intellect come together. So it's like really coming in your full emotional intellectual power, which might make you very intellectual. Certainly a day to speak up. Then we have what? Uranus. Now, it was just 2 days ago the universe was telling you to work on Uranus and to innovate your ego. Here on Friday, the universe says, okay, take that new ego and run. So God is really, I mean, honestly, I don't know, talk to other astrologers. The universe is like basically like a choreographed Britney Spears dance right now, with the way we're being forced to pull in our energy and move around, and this is an example. You just freaking innovated it 2 days ago, and now we're using it. So what are you using it for? Mars. Draw boundaries. Not just draw boundaries, Aries, but you will draw boundaries that will change a life, because it is at a manifestation point where it's drawing the boundaries. So drawing boundaries in your life, drawing emotional boundaries in your life that will separate men from boys, AM from PM, dogs from cats. Okay, so that all said, the day is said in this yod, okay, take your innovated ego, take you feeling this new mind and this new superpower that you have, and use it to draw emotional boundaries that are going to change your life and set new precedent. What else? Okay, there's our yod singularly. But I have to point out, Saturn at the same time is wrapping up what I told you to do last weekend, which is it is time to be decided. This is the very last moment where you have to be clear on where marriages and relationships are, all right? That might have a lot to do with whatever the hell you're drawing boundaries up there. Could be a relationship that Aries are going to right now. I don't know, but this is the last day to turn in your report cards and tell God Universe what your strategy for a fair relationship is in marriage, because in the next day it's going to take off. And just to add a wonderful cherry on top to this Friday, Sunday, we've got the highest peak of the square. You see how Jupiter is 15 degrees? You see how the Sun is 15 degrees? This means that these have been fighting each other all week long. And on Friday, as all this other shift is going on, you are coming to the climax of the fear. What's the fear? Well, it's between this big grandiose mind of yours and reality. In other words, getting fears between your thoughts and the consequences of reality. So perhaps all this week you've been trying to change your life. Your mind's been bickering and saying no the whole time, kicking and screaming. And so this day would be the day, Friday, where that kicking and screaming comes to a head and you have to face it. So beautiful ballet by the universe. God works in mysterious ways. On Saturday, it's a Neptune ruled day, so it does get a bit cloudy and pensive on this particular day. So you were going inward, and you were inwardly pensive when I say pensive. And if you are chatty, it would be inwardly chatty, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The planets themselves are kind of quiet. So on Saturday, this is really a day when it comes to your lifestyle, because that's, with all these fireworks going on, it's lifestyle that's trying to change. In other words, you're drawing emotional boundaries, you're changing your relationships, you're feeling your soul capital because your life wants to change. So it all does come down to lifestyle. And on Saturday, it is that last intuitive Neptune moment to log in and kind of get a sense of where should I aim? And that's the question. Where should you aim? And aim and knowing where you aim is very important for the following day on Sunday. On Sunday, you are sunny and sharp, thank Goddess for that, because it is time to aim. Saturn rules the day on Sunday, so after this long week of exhausting understanding, on Sunday, God wants you to decide what lifestyle you want to go for. Now, God just asked you a day ago to decide what marriage you want to go for. Notice all the decisions coming in. These are last decisions, by the way. Saturn will end its transit. It will not be asking for this decision again in Libra for 30 years. These are old decisions. In this particular case, this is a decision of lifestyle. Either way, on Sunday, you better be clear about what's going on. And the planets give us another soul pyramid. Again, can you believe that? Another soul pyramid. This soul pyramid is a way of kind of stirring the pot. And remember I said you had to have your decision in with Saturn. Why? Check out Saturn now. It is a magical 27 degrees. And when Saturn hits 27, that means that all bets are off. Universe is going to move forward with wherever consciousness is. Boom. Which means if your relationships have been in a rut, as of Sunday, they move forward. Everything moves forward. And what does this move forward do for you? Well, it unites your light in a different way. In this case, your light is united from this new decision of relationships over to having faith in yourself or not with Neptune. Hope you've been doing that work. And then the moon in Cancer, you feeling your security, your home, and everything changing. So the unite the light of this one is you feel your life changing, you feel your sense of faith changing, and it's because relationships, as of Sunday, are moving forward with whatever it is you did decide. My goodness, I cannot believe that was 12 minutes already. Whew, it's a crazy time. You know what? All the horoscopes are this way. If you haven't gotten your Act 3s, you really should. I highly recommend downloading Carolyn's videos on emotions at least once. Get the moon sign this month so you get the emotional tides of how you're dealing with the emotions the whole time, which only your moon sign can tell. And if you don't know your moon sign, come on down, off stars. We're always there for you. All right, Rams, that's all I have for this week. I'll see you in 7 days. Live, love, be.